Okay, so when I say brain-computer interface, I bet one name just popped into your head, right? But here's the thing. While all the headlines are focused on Silicon Valley, something massive is happening. Kinda under the radar, but at an incredible scale. We're talking about China's brain-computer interface boom, and trust me, it's something you're going to want to know about.
And this quote, this just nails it. It says, while Elon Musk's Neuralink likes to say it's pioneering brain-computer interfaces, BCIs, China's BCI industry is already quietly moving from research to scale. See, this completely flips the script. While we're all watching the so-called pioneers, China is already building the factories, the supply chains. They're moving from a cool idea to a full-blown industry.
So you're probably asking, how? How is this happening so fast? Well, that's what we're going to break down. We'll look at the 4 big factors driving this, get into the difference between the 2 main types of BCI tech, check out the key players and the money involved, and then we'll talk about what this all means for the future. Let's do it.
All right, first up, the 4 factors. To really get why this is moving at lightning speed, you have to understand the engine behind it all. Think of it like a powerful combination, a perfect storm, really, that's propelling China's whole BCI industry forward.
So here they are. Strong policy support, vast clinical resources, mature manufacturing, and strategic investment. And the key thing to get here is that these aren't just 4 separate points on a list. No, they're all connected. They're like gears in a giant machine. Policy support makes investment easier, which takes advantage of the manufacturing base, which speeds up clinical trials. You get the idea. It's a full-stack, top-to-bottom strategy.
Okay, so factor 1, policy support. This is huge. It really does start right from the top. We're not just talking about some vague government encouragement here. This is a full-on national roadmap with super clear goals. They've got major milestones they want to hit by 2027 and a plan for a complete self-sufficient supply chain by 2030. That's a big deal.
And of course, policy is one thing, but you need cash to back it up. And they have it. Check this out. 11.6 billion yuan. That's a new fund specifically for brain science. And the really smart part? It's not just for pie-in-the-sky research. This money is designed to take a company from the lab bench, through development, and all the way to a product you can actually sell. It's the whole journey.
Factor 2 is what you might call a unique, almost unfair advantage: their clinical resources. Think about it. With a huge population and a more centralized system, they can do research on a massive scale. That means bigger patient pools, lower costs, and way faster clinical trials. And here's the real kicker. Getting a new device covered by national health insurance? It happens so much faster there. That's a massive shortcut to commercialization.
Then there's factor 3, mature manufacturing. I mean, this one's kind of obvious, right? You can have the best ideas in the world, but if you can't build the thing, you're stuck. And this is where China's expertise is just unparalleled. They can go from a design to a physical prototype at a speed that's hard to even imagine, because all the pieces, the chips, the AI, the medical-grade hardware, it's all right there. And the 4th and final factor? You guessed it. Follow the money. Strategic investment is just pouring in, both from state-backed funds and private VC. And we're not talking about small startup checks here. Look at these numbers. StairMed raised $48 million, and BrainCo, a staggering $287 million, and they're already filing for an IPO. The capital is definitely there.
Okay, so we've seen the why and the how, the 4 factors driving this whole thing. But what about the what? What are they actually building? Because BCI isn't just one technology. It's really important to understand that there are 2 totally different ways to go about it. And this breaks it down perfectly. You've got invasive versus non-invasive. Invasive is what you probably think of, like Neuralink. It means surgery, implanting electrodes right into the brain. The upside? Super precise, neuron-level signals. The downside? Well, it's brain surgery. Then you have non-invasive. Think more like a high-tech headset or headband that just reads signals through your skull. Much safer, way easier to use, but the trade-off is that the signal just isn't as clear.
So you can probably see where this is going. Not a lot of people are going to be lining up for brain surgery if they can help it, right? And that's exactly why non-invasive solutions are getting so much attention. It just blows the doors wide open for commercial scalability. We're seeing some amazing stuff, like using ultrasound to treat things like chronic pain or depression. No surgery required. That's a potential game changer for reaching a much, much bigger market. So, we have these 2 different approaches, invasive and non-invasive. Now let's talk about the companies actually building them and the kind of numbers we're looking at. Because the financial projections for this space are, well, they're pretty wild. And here's just a quick look at some of the players. I mean, the list goes on and on. You've got companies like NeuroXess, BrainCo, a whole bunch of them. The entire ecosystem is just buzzing with competition. And that's always a good sign, right? It tells you this isn't just a niche idea anymore. It's a real, rapidly growing market.
But it's easy to get carried away with the cool tech. That's why I love this quote from Yang Yen Shah, a partner at a top VC firm, Hongshan Capital. She says, "Some technologies may look cutting edge, but far from practical application. Investment decisions come down to whether the investor believes a product can be developed into a sustainable business." It's such a great reality check. At the end of the day, investors need to know, can you actually make money doing this?
So let's look at the business case. Right now, in 2025, China's BCI market is projected to be worth about $530 million US. Not bad, right? A solid starting point.
But hold on, now look at the projection for 2040. Over 120 times billion yuan. That's not just growth, that's an explosion. It's a fundamental belief that this tech isn't just a niche medical device. It's going to be a core part of our future.
Okay, so when you're talking about technology this transformative, you can't just stick to the tech and the money. You have to start asking bigger questions. Questions about regulations, about ethics, about what this all means for us.
And that's exactly what's starting to happen. As the industry grows up, the rules have to grow up with it. We're expecting to see a bigger push to align with international standards. You'll see tighter rules around the invasive stuff, for sure, and especially around the brain data that gets collected. And things like ethics reviews and making sure people really know what they're signing up for, that's going to become even more critical.
But beyond the rules and regulations, what's the ultimate goal here? What's the big dream? Well, this quote from Phoenix Peng, who's founded 2 BCI companies, just captures it perfectly. He says, BCI will serve as the ultimate bridge between carbon-based and silicon-based intelligence. I mean, wow, he's not just talking about helping patients walk again. He's talking about the merger of human and machine intelligence.
That is a pretty wild thought, isn't it? An ultimate bridge. And it leaves us with one final and maybe the most important question of all. As we start to build this bridge between our minds and our machines, what new rules are we going to need? Because it's not just about regulating a new gadget. It's about figuring out the future of what it means to be human.